All right, hey guys, still Wednesday. Same t-shirt. I haven't done anything today, hardly. Yes, actually I did. I painted this. This is my the Deals Wheels Mustang funny car. I got the base coat on it. As you can see, it is sunset orange pearl. And I did this little tiny ATV. This is a little metal Tonka type thing, ATV. Chuck Darnell had sandblasted this for me and put it in white primer along with a few other things, which I really want to build too. Get back together, I shouldn't say build, but got to get painted. So I'm going to do this too. And this is the base coat, House of Colors, Sunset Orange Pearl. And as you can see, I have had this long time because these lids are usually like chrome when they're new. 2005 is a date. Still says Valspar on the back of it. I think Kosmosky was still owner. I think then that's 20 years ago. I think he still owned it. So yeah. Anyway, so that's the base coat. And now what I'm getting ready to do is use my my House of Colors Cosmic Clear UC35. This is a gloss clear urethane. These are urethanes. And I'm adding a little bit of this DuPont orange highlight pearl, which I probably don't need to, but this type of additive makes it like super reflective, like flip-flop. You know, you guys probably remember that from a lot of cars back in the day, and that's something I want to do. That was a gift from my buddy Curtis Hutton. Thank you, Curtis. Sent me a bunch of those pearls, and we were talking about flip-flop. When I was a kid, well, back in the 80s anyway, a lot of we were involved in Corvette shows and stuff, and a lot of the Corvettes, they would do them in white or black, and then when they cleared them, they would mix like blue and green and purple pearls in the clear. So once the car was cleared out, when you walked around that car, you know, the base color was still there, but you saw all these beautiful rainbows, change of color in the clear coat. It was just gorgeous. You know, I just always loved that. And so, you know, I'm going to do that in the future. Curtis sent me, I've got a dozen different of these pearl additives. I had some, but these are really high quality, nice stuff. So looking forward to kind of stirring up some stuff and messing with that in the future. Not sure what on, but we'll see. I'll use it. So anyway, I have stirred up a batch, which has resulted in this. Doesn't look like much, but I'm hoping this really pops once I get this laid on there. There we go. You can see when I spin that, it brings out that iridescent orange, which has already got some of that look to it. So I'm going to shoot this stuff up here, and we're going to see what it looks like in just a few minutes. So I already stirred it up. Let me fire up some air here. And let's see. And I'm going to bring up about 20-25 pounds on here. I just cleaned my VL out completely, which maybe I shouldn't have done it when I'm getting ready to do some clear. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire some lacquer thinner through there first, which I always, when I get ready to paint, I always, you know, make up a bottle of clear lacquer thinner, just so I got it at hand. Not a whole bunch, just, you know, enough to, mainly for cleaning. If I get clogged up or anything, I can just throw this on there and shoot it. And yes, it has happened. I have accidentally grabbed the lacquer thinner instead of the clear and shot something completely with lacquer thinner before I realized it wasn't the clear, it was lacquer thinner. And believe it or not, it didn't do anything. I shot it over clear urethane that was still catalyzing, and it just, I guess it just kind of evaporated off. It did. I figured the whole thing was going to turn into a wrinkled ball, but it didn't. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to get fired up here. Let's kick on the fan. Yeah. I tightened this up this morning. It's kind of stretched out. Alright. We have air. We have protection. Kind of flushing any trash out of there and back flushing. Yeah, really not much in there. I really cleaned the heck out of this thing. So. Alright, a couple passes, and yeah, it's pretty. I don't know how much different this is making it look with this pearl powder in the mix, but it looks pretty good from where I stand. Yeah, it's got a nice color. Clear's laying down really good. We've got good temps today, so I wanted to start with this though, as you can see, because I don't care as much about this as I do that Deals Wheels body, so I want to make sure everything laid down good. Alright. Looks good. Alright. Moving on. I'm not going to do the inside. I did do the orange base coat inside of this, but I'm only going to gloss the outside. I'm not going to bother doing the inside of this. It's just really not necessary. Okay. Clean my gun out real quick, just because I'm done with this first round. So blow a little lacquer thinner through there so it doesn't catalyze in the gun. So just light coat all over. Now I'm going to let this sit for probably 20 minutes or so with this start to tack up. Looks like everything's clear out of here. I got the big fan on, so I'm sucking everything out. So, yeah, so I'm going to walk away for about 20 minutes and let this first coat tack up. All right, it's almost not quite 5 o'clock, so about 5:15 or so. Come back out and give everything another round, a little heavier coat. This is not going to need too much more. They got good coverage. The finish looks pretty darn good so far. So this generally kind of, you know, as you're doing these coats along, it kind of self-levels itself. I mean, you know, just you got to watch it as far as the orange peel. And I still get it sometimes. I've had some projects that to me just failed because I just was spraying too much clear too quick. And this is where you can fuck it up right here. This is, you know, when you're doing the clear, and you can have everything else done right and completely just blow it, and it's a nightmare. You know, you're looking at sanding something completely down, you know, so which isn't a big deal if you're working on a motorcycle tank or a fender or something like that. You know, you're going to knock it down anyway. I mean, that's what most professional painters do. They're going to knock down all that paint. But I'm not a sander. You know, I don't wet sand my models and all that stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people do. I don't. I mean, this is it for me. What I get in this clear coat, that's what I'm going to go with. I tried the sanding thing years ago when I was thinking, you know, more towards contest quality models and stuff. And I actually, you know, to me, I just ruined some stuff, you know, and it just, I don't know, I just could always pick up those sanding marks. So this is it for me. You know, I'm not doing contests, so if I get a good clear, that's what I want, and that's what I'm sticking with. So I'll do a second round of this later, and I'll splice something into this video, maybe tomorrow. You know, probably maybe pick this up tomorrow morning and add just a little bit to it and show you what's going on once all this is catalyzed, because it'll take overnight for this to catalyze. And generally, I don't mess with stuff for at least 24 hours, usually a couple days, to be honest with you. Once I shoot paint on it like this, I'm not going to mess with it. It's totally hard within that 24-hour period. Generally within 12, it's totally handleable, but I just don't, you know, I usually let it sit for a day because I'm not in that big of a rush. So gotta let it sit and then come back to it when it's completely handleable, and go from there. Anyway, okay, all right, so I'll see you when I add on to this. All right, good morning, Thursday morning, and went out and the body is done on the Mustang, and let's see, camera turned down here. Pretty happy with the paint, all things considered. Being such an awful glue bomb, I had to actually tape the windows off when I shot this, because as you can see, the giant glue blob, which I tried the freezer trick and everything else, was not able to get the windows out, but that's okay. That's just a cool reminder to me of the condition this was in when I got it. But anyway, paint came out really nice, and I think I got a lot of the bumps and bruises out of the body with the filler and stuff, so it looks pretty good. So I'm happy with this, and got my little ATV, same way, came out nice and smooth. And this is like the little interior that goes into that. Well, I'm not going to put it together because these are hard to get apart. I just gave this a bath. I'm going to repaint the interior black, I think, on this, or brown maybe. And I just scrubbed up all the tires and rims. The rims are actually orange. That'll go with this, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Doing another round of putty on this trike body. This is one of the MPC trikes, what's now called the Tiki trike, but still had that, not a good spot in that bad seam up there in the middle. So gonna knock that back down again, and we'll go another round of primer, see how it looks, and I think this will probably do it. It was just really kind of offset there, so I really built that up a lot more this time. So whatever it is, I'll probably go with it. But so that's moving along. So, yep, so that's it. Just wanted to give you that little update on the paint job. And next on, I got to start on the motor and all the suspension parts that are loose. A lot of damage to those still, and got to redo the entire motor. I guess I'm going to paint the engine block on the motor. I guess I'll go with like a Ford blue on that, which I usually don't do that. I usually paint it to match the body color, but I think in this case we're going to go with the Ford blue just to kind of give it a little something else. So, and I've already rebuilt the headers, which is not easy. Those were a mess too. So yeah, moving along, and glad to get this, going as far as a restoration. Really wanted to save this piece, so I'm glad for what's happened so far. All right, so that's today's update. See you again soon.